And welcome back to another episode of the Gould Exchange Podcast. I'm Tanner.
I'm Dana.
And we just once again appreciate you guys tuning in. This episode will be released on New Year's?
No.
Right. Welcome back to another episode of the Gould Exchange Podcast. I am Tanner.
I am Dana.
And we just appreciate you guys tuning in as always. We're coming to you live from our couch.
Yep.
Yup.
Love
this couch.
It's the best thing ever.
There's been quite a few people that have told me, like asking me where that we got this couch at.
We might set a link to our Amazon storefront.
Making commissions off a couch is great.
I've had friends who said they've wanted to steal it.
Yeah.
Piece by piece.
Repeatedly.
Yeah.
Every time they come over.
I'm just waiting for the day it happens.
I know. We got to make sure we see them every time they leave to
Yeah.
make sure that there's no ottoman hanging out the back of the truck.
Yeah. Like we'll see. We'll find like a missing pillow.
Yeah. A couple of overstuffed backpacks as we're leaving.
Yeah.
We're currently making pizza.
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump up in the next 16 minutes.
Yeah.
To grab that.
Speaking of pizza, we're heading into the new year.
Mm-hmm. I was waiting for you to link them.
Oh, I don't know. I thought you'd pick it up from there. That's what you usually do.
Yeah.
You know,
pizza,
I'm a
New
woman
Year's.
of little words, except at 4 a.m.
That's when you have all the words.
Yeah.
All right, I got a couple of questions, a couple of relationship questions.
Okay.
If you could give each other a new nickname, what would it be? You go first. I already got mine.
What?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to go first?
Pookie Dookie Dumpster Butt.
That's...
No, we can't put that in.
I'm keeping it in just because you committed.
You can't.
You committed
Mom and Dad
so
watch it.
hard.
You can't. Mom and Dad watch it. What is something that you'd love to try together in the future?
Definitely traveling.
That's
like
the first
outside of the country.
Our countries.
Yeah, definitely out of continent traveling.
Yeah.
Mexico doesn't count either. We've been there countless of times.
Yeah. Wait. Where you been?
Well, not together, but as individuals. Yeah.
We were both in Mexico.
Outside of the continent, like the Caribbean, Europe, Asia.
We did just discover that we may have been in the same area at the same time. My first travel to Toronto.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy too because of the street name.
Yes.
So.
Which is 1, 2, 3 Gould.
Gould Street. So I was going to uni at Ryerson. I can't say that. That's a canceled name. Toronto Metropolitan University, previously Ryerson University. Please don't cancel me for saying that. I started 2022 or something. You went to Toronto at 2022.
Yep.
And he's saying he was walking alone the streets of Toronto.
Okay. Context. There's context.
I don't know. He was chilling. He was chilling or whatever.
I'm just a chill guy walking through the streets of Toronto.
He was exploring, and he went to the H&M at Yonge and Dundas, which is like literally by this school. And funny enough, like I guess the main street that goes through the school campus is called Gould Street. Yeah. So we could have been like at the same place at the same time.
On Gould Street.
Yeah. But I was just like barely 19, so
There's just some details we could have left out. Which is, small world.
Yeah. We got to go back to that street and take a picture with the street sign because that's our last name.
We should go get remarried on that street.
No.
All right, here we go.
No, you don't want to. You'll get yelled at.
If you could relive any moment from our relationship so far, what would it be?
Ooh, the proposal. Because that was so fun. That was just such a fun day.
Yeah, it was.
Like.
Well, it was fun It was fun, but then when the sun started going down, I was getting stressed.
Oh, he was panicking so hard. I had no idea why. But I was just like, la-di-da. Like, okay, we'll do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Brain empty. I had my sushi. I had my nap. Like,
yeah.
We had a nice little picnic.
Have we talked about the proposal?
I don't know. I don't think we have. We talked about how we met. I don't know about the proposal.
The proposal was super fun until it was super stressful.
For him.
For me.
Yeah, because you just picked me up and you said, "Oh, let's go like go to a park and then we can vlog and stuff," because we've been doing that like for the entire weekend.
Yeah.
Because like we did 4th of July and then we did a few other things like dates leading up to the proposal. That's why I had like, empty brain. Like I didn't think of it.
I planned a whole weekend.
Yeah. And then so we went to go pick up some of my favorite sushi.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a picnic. And then we napped for a bit, walked around, filmed whatever. I thought we were filming an ASMR in the woods video.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, maybe we did talk about it.
We did?
Yeah.
Well, nonetheless, the sun started going down. And I had a spot picked out because I had been to this park before.
Mm-hmm.
And ironically, it was Seven Lakes Park. Before I knew Seven Lakes Park existed, I named my company Seven Lakes Productions. And now we brought it all back.
Yeah.
And we got engaged on 7/7.
Yep.
24. And so I had a spot picked out, this little concrete thing. It went out into one of the lakes.
Yep.
And people were fishing there. And then I was zooming around this park. One of the places that was a backup was closed for construction.
Yep.
Or it had construction. And then so I'm doing just Fast and the Furious circles around this park, trying to find a spot to do it before the sun went down.
Yeah. I thought he just really wanted this like sunset picture of the both of us.
Yeah, I told him we were taking it.
And I was so down because it's like, okay, we don't have any pictures of the both of us. Like, I'm down. We're here. So
yeah.
like,
and then I'm zooming around this place and she's like, wow, he really wants this picture.
Yeah.
His
I was like, I
really
admired
important.
the dedication. So I was like, okay, whatever.
And then we finally found a spot, and then there was a family doing family photos.
Yeah.
And of course, it makes sense, but the photographer wanted sundown photos, and I wanted the sundown video for the proposal, for the picture.
Yeah.
And we were waiting and waiting and waiting, and then after they started talking, a couple of gibby gabbies, and I was like, all right, we got to pick this up. And she's over here climbing a tree. It's all in the video.
Yeah, I'm just climbing a tree, whatever.
We should upload the video to YouTube because for context, the video's out there on our Instagrams. But
yeah.
And then finally, I was able to set up the camera, and then I had ran back. I was like, "Ooh, let me grab something. I got to check this out real quick." Boom, 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 boom. Slid the ring in my pocket.
Yeah.
And then came back and did it. But I think that would be one moment that I would, that or when we met.
Oh yeah.
I like
that entire weekend,
yeah.
Or like I don't know, just like the moment we met, and then like the whole like night we hung out, like it was just like awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. And then you got to meet the gang, and then I got to meet your friends, and
yeah,
it was very cool. It was a very, very surreal moment.
Yeah, and just getting to know you was just so fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right,
like and eating rigatoni at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
From Scattaboosh.
Was that the beat?
Yeah.
That was the oven.
Yeah. You got a minute.
All right, hold on. I'm going to ask one more question, then you could talk to the people.
Okay.
What does your perfect vacation look like?
Oh. Okay, so my perfect vacation, obviously. Oh.
I'm going to cross.
Just drops my $300 headphones on my $300 mic. My perfect vacation, obviously, it would have to have really good food. That's for sure. Like all inclusive, you can't go wrong because like you can eat as much good food as you want. And obviously nice weather. A little bit mix of like there's the resort people and then there's the travel people who like to explore. I'm like a little bit of both. Like a perfect mix of both would be perfect. So that's why I really like I went on a cruise for the first time, which is great because it's a mix of all inclusive and exploring, and you get to go to different countries and visit different islands and do different activities. So yeah. Wow, he's creating a lot of noise in the kitchen. Obviously, to top it off, a perfect vacation would be with the love of my life. Our first dream vacation spot would probably be Japan because of just all the good food that's there and just the culture and all the things you could do there. It's just amazing. Like, we see all the YouTube videos Oh, do I miss anything about the Philippines? Thank you. I got pizza. So what I miss about the Philippines is probably just like the simplicity there. Like, everyone's just so happy with the simplest things in life, and just the friendliness and the culture and the food.
What is your all-time favorite comfort food?
My all-time favorite comfort food is either sushi or ramen.
Yeah, I can confirm that. we have to go by the sushi section every time we go to the grocery store. My comfort food would probably be pizza.
Yeah.
I like pizza or
It's great.
chocolate. But yeah, we got any stories for this one?
I got some New Year's Eve scenarios here.
Oh, she got the New Year's Eve scenario. You say scenario or scenario?
Scenario? What do you say?
Scenario.
Oh, okay.
How you spell color?
COLOUR. So this one's called, I want to go to a New Year's Eve party with my friends. My girlfriend doesn't want me to go, even though she will be sleeping. My girlfriend and I have been dating for over 5 years. I have spent every New Year's Eve with her since we've been together. This year, she has to work at 7 a.m. the next morning and isn't even planning on staying up till midnight. My good friends, who I hang out with maybe 2 or 3 times a month, are throwing a small party, and I would like to go since it's been over 5 years since I partied with them on New Year's Eve. And because my girlfriend is going to be sleeping anyway. My girlfriend doesn't like one of my friends that will be at the party. In brackets, something happened with him years ago that she simply has never gotten over. I'm not going to go into what happened. However, I didn't think it was a big deal, but sided with her to avoid any arguments, and she is still holding on to this. She also said she didn't want me going out and getting drunk with my friends while she's at home sleeping. She says she will sit up all night worrying about me and won't be able to sleep. I feel bad about it, but I also don't think I should have to sit at home on New Year's Eve just because she has to work in the morning. We've spent basically every holiday together the past 5 years, including New Year's. I don't think I'm asking for too much here. Should I just stay home tonight to make her happy, or is she being unreasonable and I should just go anyway? Now, for context, I looked in the comments to see what happened with that one friend.
Okay. Okay, what happened?
He said, someone commented, she quoted him in brackets, something happened with him years ago that she simply has never gotten over. And they went, you really need to elaborate on this.
Yeah, that's important.
4 years ago, I went on a trip with him and a couple other friends. I got very drunk one night, as did he, and I ignored my girlfriend's text the whole night. She called his phone at like 3 a.m. when we were back at the hotel. I was passed out, but he was awake, but obviously drunk, and answered the phone. For whatever reason, she asked him if I'd cheated on her, and he said, define cheating. That's really it. He was drunk and apologized for saying that since it upset her.
What are we doing? What are we doing? That's awful.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Terrible.
That's terrible. Let's start with this question.
Yeah.
In a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage, engaged, whatever. Your significant other having issues with one of your friends. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that real quick.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that's an important key to the story. I believe genuinely that you come first before all. Like
Yeah.
my wife, my significant, you come first before anybody else. So
Likewise.
So if you have an issue with one of my friends, that is a very serious topic that we need to discuss.
Yeah.
Because obviously it is my friend, but regardless, you come first above any human on this planet.
Yeah, it wasn't cool that he just brushed it off like that.
Yeah, especially what an idiot to do that.
Yeah, like, I don't know, and then complain about her not letting go about it.
Yeah, that's an awful thing to joke about. Yeah. So obviously there's got to be some type of, I don't want to say conflict, but there's some type of something between the friend and the girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, there's always more deeper sides to each story, et cetera, et cetera. But if we're just attacking it from a surface level, what we just read,
Yeah.
he already knows he's going to cause problems by going out alone with, not alone, but with that guy
Yeah.
with that friend and the other friends going out drinking, blah blah blah.
Because I mean, I get it. They were intoxicated, but why would you say that?
No, yeah, it's no excuse.
Yeah.
It's just a stupid thing to say. But then now you just ruined again. Now he's a couple years later from this situation, and he's now faced with this issue because of what happened.
Yeah.
So it's just a stupid thing to say. What an immature reaction from the friend. Big dummy. Not
Yeah.
a good homie for that.
You know, it's always the attitude of, you know, you come first. And I'm not going to go somewhere you're uncomfortable with me going to.
Amen.
Like,
Appreciate you. But amen. For real. That's yeah. Because then you gotta you're gonna hurt your home for what? A night out?
yeah.
I
A
don't
night
care
out.
I don't care what day it is.
If you're a grown adult and you always let FOMO get the best of you, then there's some deeper things you gotta deal with.
Yeah.
If you're a grown adult and all you could care about is, you know, having the time of your life with your friends and going out and drinking, there's some deeper issues you need to
Yeah, to attend to.
Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, man, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm cut from a different cloth, but I wouldn't want to go out without you,
Yes,
especially on New Year's.
on New Year's, are you kidding me? That's like, I'll just chill with you and maybe wake you up at midnight to give you a kiss and
Quick
then
beso and then
go
back to
back to
sleep.
yeah, and then I'll go play video games or whatever.
Yeah, I definitely don't. I don't agree with you, dog. I don't
Yeah.
agree with you on that one. I think you stay home.
Here's my biggest pet peeve with I mean, it's just a generalization. I can't speak for every woman, but like, you know, men do this too, but when women do this, it I have the right to get ticked off because I'm a woman. So I heavily dislike when women go out with their friends and act single. Because I mean, I could be like super old fashioned, but when I date someone to marry. In fact, I don't even think, I could be wrong, I don't even think in the Bible it mentions dating. It's just straight into marriage.
Well, back in the Bible days, yeah, they'd be like, "Oh, I want her," and they'd be like, "You want to marry me?" But yeah, like, all right, cool, let's get married.
Yeah, so like throughout everything, like I always approach dating like, you know, if I'm dating someone, I'm going to give them the same respect as if I was already married to them. So I don't like when girls who are in a relationship go out and act all single because, you know, I believe that you should be a reflection of who you're with. So I'm a reflection of you, and if I'm out and if I'm like acting all single and being disrespectful, you know, what does that say about you? You know, what are people gonna think about you, and what kind of respect are people gonna give to you if your own spouse, if your own partner can't respect you?
Oh, amen. That's the worst when you look at someone and you go, "Ah, poor guy,"
Yeah.
or you go, "Ah, poor girl." You know what I mean? Like, that's what that's tough. And you're just seeing a blip.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're not even anywhere near behind the closed doors. You're just seeing a blip. And I really respect what you just said too about being a reflection of myself and in that respect and in that regards too, because that's huge, and that's what helps build the trust.
Yeah.
When you can be apart and you know you don't have anything to worry about, and there is that communication, that understanding. Like it does. It's I've seen it one too many times where it's a female out or a male out, and they're like, man, you know you got someone at home, right?
Yeah.
And you're over here acting a fool like this, blah blah blah, and it's an unfortunate thing to see for sure.
Yeah.
And so I mean, even with this guy, like, you're setting yourself up for failure, for sure. And you know the lady's not going to be at home sound asleep, snoring logs. The anxiety's going to be through the roof, wondering what it is that you're doing with Captain Idiot the whole night.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, I agree with you. I agree that you are one. You are a reflection of each other. So how either of you act when you're out in public as individuals or as a couple,
Yeah.
is huge.
Yeah.
Is huge. So if there is that type of issue, like you said, obviously there's something deeper going on that needs to be attended to.
Absolutely.
And yeah, going out is not. I do understand. I do understand like the girls' night out, guys' night out, wanting to have a good time just with the boys, whatever that looks like. But it's the idea of what it is that you are doing that night too.
Yeah, exactly. Why? What do you want out of that night?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because you could do a guys' night out. You can do a guys' night out. Just go into the homie's crib and playing cards, or
Yeah.
just kicking it, or chilling, doing whatever, or I don't know.
I mean, like I hang out with my girls all the time, and we can have the best time ever without any alcohol.
Yeah. And maybe we're different, but it's the road to least resistance.
Yeah.
Taking the path to least resistance. What you're gonna sacrifice in this 6-hour span for that next buddy's going through it 2 years later because of this guy?
Yeah.
So you're gonna sacrifice that moment, that FOMO moment, for the X amount of years to come. I just don't think that's worth it. I think it's just something to take into logic to, unless the lady's okay with it. I mean, but
Yeah.
she's obviously not, so it's obviously a problem. But
Yeah.
if there's, I don't know, it's got to be better communication. Again, there's layers to it. This is just what we believe in. But I agree with you, obviously.
Yeah.
It
And
is
also,
about
if
respect.
you, I mean, man, you can't go out and get drunk with Buddy and not answer her calls.
I know, that was stupid. That was stupid, bro.
Yeah.
You're setting yourself up for failure.
Again, you're in the same team here.
Mm-hmm. So that, everyone, going out for New Year's, be smart.
Yeah.
Put some respect on the significant other's name,
Please.
please. Do it for us.
Do it for us. We're begging you.
Don't do it for anybody else.
Please do it.
Do it for us. We want to hear your guys' stories the day on the 2nd of the beginning of the year on how great everything went because you did it for us.
Please, I really need this. Please.
Please. Yeah, that's my thought.
That is so tough. Yeah. Again, you are a reflection of your partner, no matter what you are.
Just be smart.
Yeah.
Be smart and think about this is the rest of your life
Yeah.
over one moment. Not worth it.
Not worth it at all.
Mm-mm.
And again, like, just don't put yourself in any position where it'll make things complicated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. You're building the foundation.
Yep.
Building your foundation. Don't mess that up.
So, New Year's Eve always comes with the New Year's kiss.
We're about to spend our first New Year's together.
I know.
Ooh,
The title of this one is called Been Dating Casually for 3 Months. What is the deal with New Year's Eve's kiss with other people? I really need your help, Reddit.
First of all, great idea to go to Reddit.
Yeah. But you've got something better than Reddit. You've got the Gould Exchange.
That's right. I like that.
Just a couple of married people who met 9 months ago.
I like that. We need like a tagline audio to put on the end of that. Something to hammer at home. That's what it is. You got the Gould Exchange.
All right, you ready for this one?
Yeah. Oh, there's more. I was ready.
That's
to just
the
go
title.
For that. Oh.
Yeah, that was quite the title, eh?
Oh yeah, bud. Okay, we're getting to that. We're getting to the ham now. Okay, the meats.
I'm a 22-year-old female. Oh, me too.
Wow, you guys got a lot in common.
He is a 22-year-old male.
Boo.
Take that back. We've been casually dating for 3 months, but our feelings for each other are pretty strong. What does that even mean? What's casually dating? It's either you're committed or you're not.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Again, another conversation, but
for some reason, we won't be able to attend New Year's Eve together. The reason isn't important. Just know that it is impossible for me to be with him during New Year's Eve night. Okay, that sounds kind of sketchy.
we'll skip over that.
Last night, I was talking to him and asked him if he was going to kiss someone else. He responded saying, well, it is New Year's Eve.
Where are they getting these guys?
I didn't really say anything back because I was sort of surprised he didn't say that he wasn't going to kiss anyone. When he asked if I was going to kiss someone else, I told him that I wasn't going to, even if the opportunity presented itself. He just squeezed and kissed me and said, okay. What the bleep does that even mean? He was about to fall asleep, so I don't know if he remembers having this conversation. Should I just tell him that kissing another girl would bother me, or should I just wait and see what he does? I know this is typical, but I don't want to really have to tell him to not kiss someone else. I would rather him not kiss another girl because he doesn't want to kiss anyone besides me. It seems so juvenile, but it's true.
Okay, first of all, God does not bring confusion.
Word.
I think that's very important to understand. We've both been on the opposite side of the peace spectrum.
Yeah.
God brings peace. God brings understanding. If you have to ask yourself that question, I think that's a problem in itself.
Yes.
3 months is 3 months. I think, again, it's the whole problem with today with the casual dating.
Yeah.
This whole, again, we've been on opposite sides of the spectrum with the confusion and not knowing and blah, blah, blah. So we're not sitting here saying we're perfect by any means. But understanding the peace that God can bring, it is like guaranteed peace when it comes to a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to be like, oh, man, I wonder if the guy that I'm dating is going to want to kiss me on New Year's. So that is my feelings toward that. But nonetheless, if you are in that predicament, bringing it up is 100% the right thing to do.
You have to bring it up.
Yeah, you shouldn't be just sitting there like, just looking at him while you're out like, yeah, oh man, I wonder what's going to happen. We got 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
And you're all getting ready, putting lipstick on. And
That-
this guy's
that's the
going
thing.
over here scoping the place.
Yeah.
No bueno.
It's just not it. Especially if you consider yourself dating him.
Yeah, and even that line is tough to hear. If you consider yourself dating him,
Yeah.
like you got to know. Don't put yourself in a position to where you don't know.
If you're confused, then it's not for you.
Yeah, that's a problem. You should know right off. You should know.
The right person will give you the reassurance that you need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You won't have to question it.
No, absolutely not.
And if you do have that slight questioning, he should reassure you like immediately, or she should reassure you, assuming that someone else might be in the other.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he just said okay, it's either you're committed to each other or you're not. Just the whole idea of casual and dating has commitment so warped.
It's out of control.
Yeah.
And again, not Mr. and Mrs. Perfect by any means, but
No.
understanding the damage that it can do.
Yeah.
And you're talking soul ties, and you're talking, again, like the woman from the last one, oh, I miss my ex, should I reach out to him? I see all these people, blah, blah, blah. You just put yourself in a position to lose. So it's just being smart about the situation. One, finding someone that's in the churches, I recommend.
Yeah. We didn't even find each other at church.
No, we didn't. No, someone that, I guess someone that's a follower.
Yeah.
But
Again, following someone, following someone? Don't follow anybody.
it's a restraining order. Don't do that.
Someone who follows Jesus is ideal.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, you should be pursuing Jesus, not pursuing somebody who follows Jesus.
Yeah.
He'll provide that.
Pursue him and he'll add on to you.
Yeah.
It's just super important. That to me is the best way to go no matter what.
Yeah.
But okay, let's say you're not quite there yet in your faith, or you're a non-believer, or whatever the case may be. Just understand that is the best way to go. That's first and foremost. But if you're not, you got to understand that you can't jump through hurdles and go back and forth and oh, maybe he will, maybe he won't. Does he this? Will she this? Will she that? All these questions and confusions, and you're 3 months in, 2 months in.
Yeah.
That's not the piece that you're looking for. And if it's that early in the ball game,
That's the thing too. The last conversation, it's either you're committed or you're not.
mm-hmm.
If you're together, you should be committed to each other. You should not even be considering. It says in the Bible too, if you even look at another like woman, or if you look at another person, like that's adultery.
Yeah, you cheated in your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's this, oh man, like I said, not perfect by
We're
any means.
not perfect.
But the day and age of what dating is now is very scary.
Yeah. And, coming from us too, like, we've thought that was the norm.
Yeah, 100%. It's been so, like you said, warped.
Yeah.
To where it is becoming a quote unquote norm. And then when you step out of that and you're like, oh, wow, that's a whole disaster
it's so
over
much
there.
better here.
Yeah.
It's so much more peace. I'm not always staying up and wondering and thinking and just asking so many questions. Like,
and you'll never be fully. You can't, we can't sit here and say that we're fully at peace all the time, 100%. Everything's always golden. Like, you're always going to have that feeling in your heart or that past trauma again, because you were bopping around, okay, dating here, dating there. Oh, this person wasn't serious, but then he put that damage on you, or she wasn't serious, but then she caused you to have this PTSD. Now, every time you talk to, another person, now you feel that. And so there are things that may come up at times that we talk about and go over and just that the devil may be planting that seed that's getting to us, and we're having a hard time, really getting past it, or whatever the case is. Like, we've had those moments for sure, but it's important that if you're feeling, it's not like an everyday thing. Yeah, it's not like an all the time, and you're not being reassured. And
the right person will give you that reassurance. I heard this somewhere where it's like, maybe it's not about waiting until you're healed to find the right person, but it's finding the right person that will help you heal.
Amen. I like that. That's like come to the Lord as you are. Yeah. It's like that,
Exactly.
Yeah, because I wouldn't. We wouldn't sit here and say by any means that we were 100% healed from everything.
Bro, I was basically broken goods.
Okay. No, you were not.
No, I'm kidding.
That's a wild statement. No, you were not. But it wasn't that bad. We had a lot to get through as individuals, for sure. And even having that, like, oh man, like, do I need to figure all this out before I jump into anything else? And that was our initial plan, because before we met each other. Yeah,
we were just like, okay, well, we're going to go, into this alone, and we're going to, work this through with God and ask him to heal us. And, little did we know one of his forms of healing was finding the right person.
Yeah. So going off of what you just said, I think I agree 100%. Yeah. Because, it's not the perfect time when you find the perfect person. It's like we weren't even aware that it was going to be the perfect time. Yeah. And we were going to meet the perfect person.
And that's the thing, too. There are some deep-rooted traumas that I wouldn't have known that I had if I didn't go through it with you. Like, it's like, sometimes I'd be like, I don't know why I'm feeling this way. I think it's just trauma, but you didn't do anything wrong. And you would just be like, well, that's why we go through it together.
Yeah. And you've helped me tremendously on a lot of stuff that I'm like, man, I don't even think I'll ever get through this type of stuff. Yeah. And having you by my side through all that, and being, as we answered the questions, and I think this one or the last one, like, being the calm. Yeah. It's such a nice thing, one of the last questions. One of the questions in the last podcast we did was, how do you be each other's peace?
How do you navigate when someone is feeling stressed in a relationship?
Yes, and this is the perfect example of that, because when I came to the Lord, it didn't necessarily mean everything was fine and golden and dandy, and then that I felt no other feeling but joy, and it's just an easier way to deal with it. Then he sent me someone who really helped me shape the way I viewed everything, and really gave me confidence in a lot of areas that I may have gotten beat up in or tore down in some retrospect, and really helps me understand what I had already knew all along.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but when you come together as one, especially men, your wife is your number one priority on top of anybody. That's family, friends. It does not matter. Your wife is your number. The Lord is first, and then your wife. Obviously, the Lord's always first. But the wife is your number. Your wife is your number one person that you will look out for and defend and protect, no matter what, against anybody. I love that. I can comprehend things on a better aspect of if it's hurting us or you, then that's not something that I want near us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's been very, very important for me, which I think everybody who's in a relationship should feel that same exact way.
Yeah, that's the thing too, because you step into that role of a protector and a provider as a man. It makes me want to be it makes me want to step into my role even more as like a woman who supports and prays for her husband and just helps out in any way and nurtures.
Mm-hmm. There's an umbrella chart you can look up online, and it says Christ, man, woman, children. And that's like the bridge of, when we got married, we started our own family.
Yeah.
So that means our family becomes not a second family, but a second family in a sense, because our family is now first.
Yeah.
And then that family comes next, but our family always comes first.
And he's been such a great leader for this house.
I appreciate
It's so amazing. It's like everything. And my dad was saying too, like, you're everything he's prayed for and a man for me.
I love that.
Yeah, he's great.
No, I'm very, very, very grateful. And so just any of these stories that we talk about, and I get it. We've been there in that situation of confusion and not knowing what to do. But when a situation like this is brought forth, you can't, especially when you've been in a situation to where things are in shambles and they're going wrong and you feel no peace whatsoever.
Yeah.
When you get a situation like this, and I know there's plenty of people watching this that may have that same situation of peace, and when you look at your significant other, you're like, yep, this is it. I don't have anything else that I would need in life. I was blessed with more than what I asked for.
Yeah.
It's just you will do anything to fight for it. And I truly, truly believe that. Like, I will do anything to make sure that she is okay, that we are okay, and most importantly, to hold myself accountable for certain things. If I'm not leading in a good direction, leading us in a direction here, then I need to fix this part. Or if it's an internal thing that I need to work on, okay, I gotta figure that out and what that looks like. But most importantly, talk to you about it, not just deal with it myself. Because now we're one.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Women, like, you need to help build up your husband.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah.
They are literally taking on the weight of the world for you. Like, the last thing they need is for you is to be nagging them around. They need your encouragement. They need your prayers. They just need to hear that they're doing great. And, that too, like, hold them accountable. They need that. And you need to hold yourself accountable as well, because you can't hold anyone else accountable if you've got a log in your eye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, amen. Yeah, and you've been phenomenal at all of that. The accountability of yourself, but most importantly, the accountability of me. But not to where, again, I don't want to fight what I'm trying to protect. So it's pushing me in a way that's not demeaning toward my character or belittling me or making me feel like less of a man. It's just like what you said. You want to dive deeper into your role as a woman and being a woman, and the way you do that, it also reflects on me as, okay, now I want to be even that much more of a man.
Yeah.
I want to protect that much more. I want to provide that much more, because that is true. Women, can go for both ways in a lot of situations, but women don't understand like what men would actually do for them. But they have to feel that peace.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a snowball effect, The more a man can lead, the more a woman wants to nurture, and then it makes a man want to lead more. It makes a woman want to do more. It's just a whole snowball effect.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff, and I speak from the men's point of view. A lot of this stuff even down to like the way, like one of my favorite things about you is how you dress. One of my favorite things about you is your modesty. I think that's so attractive, and I love that about you. And when it comes down to stuff like that, I hear a lot of women, they get frustrated at when they're like, "Oh, my man's trying to tell me how to dress." It's like he's not doing it to be overbearing or because he hates your style or anything like that.
No. And a lot of the times they're like, "Oh, he's just insecure." No, he's not insecure.
No.
He's trying to protect you. He's trying to protect your relationship. And if you don't let him do that, then he's going to step backwards from that role that you wanted so much from him.
Mm-hmm. The devil's always lurking. Mm-hmm. He's always lurking in the night. So if your man can do something like that to protect you, he doesn't want other men preying on you when you go out and you're dressed some sort of exposed way.
Yeah.
He's trying to protect you. And all the while, like you mentioned earlier, you're a reflection of him.
Yep, you are a reflection of your husband.
Mm-hmm. And I say this to her all the time because it's one of my favorite attributes about her. Women, femininity is a superpower for women. The more feminine you are, I can speak firsthand. Oh, it is amazing for men. I just love how like nurturing you are. And just how, just overly cute you are, of course. But just how nurturing and just soft. And if I'm, men, we get like hopped up on certain stuff. Like I was hopped up like a couple hours ago trying to put this stand together. And it was breaking. And you were like, just let me know if you need me. Just be careful. And I'm like, oh, you're right. Oh, let me calm my stupid butt down. Like, and it's the peace when you come home from a hard day at work and your peace runs up to the door and you're like, hi, how was your day, baby? You're like, ah, stuff like that. When you're caught up in a situation and you're like, okay, just calm down. I'm here if you need me.
Yeah.
It's not riling each other up to make each other more aggressive and angry. And it's just really being there for one another. But by most importantly, living out your native roles of what you were designed to be.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, I never got the opportunity to be able to step into that role until I met you, and I finally got what I desired from a man, which is a leader, which is a provider, which is someone who can hold us, accountable and just, take the weight of the world for us. I was finally able to step into the role of femininity and, I could just shut my brain off.
Yeah.
And, just focus on loving you and focusing on nurturing and focusing on doing things that'll help our family and, help us grow. And, this doesn't mean like I can't grow individually. Like I still do things, but, now I have less of the weight of the world on my shoulders because of that. And, it's just put me in such a different position of peace and nurturing and loving and all of that.
Yeah. And it's funny because the way you say I am, you're able to activate more of that. And the way you are, I'm able to activate more of the providing and the protecting and all that stuff. And as, again, speaking from the men point of view, it's a lot on your shoulder. It can be looked at as a lot on your shoulders, but it feels good. Like I love being in this role because of how you are and how we are as a team. It makes me feel so good that I am able to do what we've been doing as far as business goes and leading goes. And it makes me want to do that even more. Okay. Now, providing and protecting and then getting closer to the Lord. Okay, what else does he have in store for me? How can I navigate and lead this relationship to an even better spot that we're in? Oh, it looks like we might be going down a path. Oh, we're about to, this argument isn't good, whatever the case is. Okay, how can I redirect this? And men need to, I love and respect that you do hold accountability, but I really do put it on men to hold their accountability to the absolute fullest, there's no excuse.
Yeah.
I really do believe that. Of course, you can have a bad day. Of course, you don't have to be blah, blah, blah all the time. But when you find a feminine woman like that, you can break those guards down. You can break those walls down, and you don't have to be all tough. It's interesting because men definitely do pride themselves off of being able to do those things, providing and protecting and and being that leader of the family. And they definitely want to be guided by their woman in that direction to build them up. Like you said, don't break them down, build them up, make them feel good about what they're doing, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And
world's already doing that.
Yeah.
The world's already breaking them down. That's the last thing they need to hear from their significant other.
I know, and you're a team.
Yeah.
Your team. If you're hurting the other person, you're hurting yourself ultimately. That's why we don't argue to win. Mm-mm. That's another thing I love about us too. We don't argue to try to battle each other like, oh, I'm going to win this argument. It's just arguing to understand each other.
Yeah.
It's just, okay, let me see where you're coming from, because I really want you to understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
And like we learned in counseling, what does your apology language look like? I didn't even know apology language was a thing.
Me neither.
And then it got brought to my attention. And I was like, oh yeah, I do like when I'm apologized to, but the accountability is still held.
Yeah.
I hear that you're like, yeah, oh, that was my bad. That was my fault.
Yeah.
And it's not an ego thing. You're like, yeah, that was your fault. But I want to know that, hey, man, I'm not deluded. I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
That, okay, yeah, you do understand what you're doing. So then that way, okay, we understand what happened in the situation. So if it ever comes up again in the future, we know what we're looking for here. Mm-hmm. We know, oh, remember that? Okay, got it. And so, yeah, I think it's just, it's such a good feeling to be able to be the man that I am right now in this marriage with you, because it's, I know, the best man that I've ever been in my life. And it's something that I'm very joyous of, and I'm very grateful for. And I thank God every day, because obviously it all comes from him. And God creating you how he created you allowed me to become more of me, which is such a, it's such a relief, because that means I'm not over here trying to change you, and you're not over here trying to change me. We're just trying to grow together.
So, yeah, definitely, going into this new year, definitely try to seek what God wants for you, and just try to press into him, and, see what he's got in store for you. Even if, it's unclear right now, try to take that leap and trust him.
Mm-hmm. Just ask him. Lord, surprise me.
Okay.
All right, guys. That does it for another episode of the Gould Exchange Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Be sure to follow us on our socials at Gould Exchange Pod. Like, subscribe, and comment if you have any questions or thoughts below.
We do release a new episode every Thursday, so be sure to check all the socials for that.
Hope you have a great week.
God bless.
God bless.